Hi guys, it's Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com. Welcome to this ProfileMate review. So here I am, you can see I'm on the sales page of ProfileMate and it says free video showing how to get hundreds to even thousands of emails, phone numbers and details daily, ethically, for free of any Instapage's followers. So this is a traffic product that is going to teach you essentially how to scrape emails from Instagram users so that you can then add those emails to your list. So today we're going to take a look into it and I'm going to give you a fair review of the product and show you the ins and outs so you can make a more informed decision about whether it's a good product or not. So before we dive into that, drop a like on this video, hit subscribe and turn on that bell notification, and without further ado, let's just dive in. Little disclaimer is that ProfileMate is actually being launched on JVZoo, and JVZoo is a little bit notorious, especially in the internet marketing niche, for releasing products similar to this that are kind of get rich quick schemes, scams and things like that. So whenever you do purchase a product from JVZoo, do make sure that you do trust the person releasing that product entirely and you're not getting screwed over. Also note that the target audience for this product are known to have what is known as shiny object syndrome, and this product has been created and it is being marketed with that in mind. If you just check out this video really quickly, you'll see what I mean.
They compulsively buy these products thinking that they are making progress in their business when obviously they're not. And unfortunately, there's not much that we can really do about this except to keep supplying these people with stuff that they want, which is new products, brand new methods, brand new products, brand new shiny objects.
So that's another popular product vendor on JVZoo and Warrior Plus, who is there in his flagship product teaching his students that he should create products similar to this that appear easy, appear sexy, appear to get you tons and tons and tons of traffic, but are really just shiny objects, which are theoretically sound like they would work, but in reality they don't really work at all. Also note that most of the reviews next to my one, they are affiliates of this product, so do realize that anyone saying this product is amazing or bigging this product up and saying it's really great, do note that they are incentivized financially to do that. When you do click on their link, etc., they will be paid 50% commission, so it's in their best interests that you buy it because they do actually get paid. So now you're in the right state of mind to judge this product critically and fairly, and you're not just going to get pulled in by psychological triggers, marketing, copy and hype. Let's dive in. Let's see what it's all about. So rather than go through ProfileMate by myself, there is a very in-depth demo video from the creator. So he's obviously gonna try and make the product look as good as possible. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and rather than me go through it and, you know, risk being biased or unfair, which I'm not, I'm trying to be as fair as possible. We're gonna let the creator go through it, and then we can make judgments from him, from the video that he's created, and you know, again, look at it a lot more critically. So let's just watch this demo together.
Now I'm going to quickly show you Tony Robbins' Instagram account here. You can see here he has 5.4 million followers, and for most us marketers, a lot of those followers are probably going to be people that are interested in what we do. So I'm going to use him as an example. Instagram, unlike any other platform, you can actually go in and see who follows this user.
So the idea is, depending on whatever niche you're in, you would find the influencers in that niche and find their followers, and now we're gonna scrape the emails of all of these followers. Supposedly then, if we market to them, then they'll buy products from us, because theoretically it is the same audience as ours.
Which is pretty damn cool. Now, over the past couple of years, Instagram have introduced a lot more you can do on a profile, especially on a mobile device. It will show you emails if you have your email public and you want to be contacted, phone numbers, addresses, cities, bios, engagement scores, all of this stuff that can be found out using ProfileMate. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump into ProfileMate, and we're going to go ahead and click find users, because if I went through all of these users manually trying to see which user had their email public that I'm allowed to contact and which user had their contact details, and trying to figure out engagement scores, it would take way too long. So in ProfileMate, we're going to find the users first. There's a few different options here to find the most engaged users, so only searching through the actual engaged.
So you can go through users that have commented on certain posts. So in this case for Tony Robbins, you could, rather than follow a list, you could go through the comments on his recent post, for example, and therefore you would assume that they would be the most engaging followers.
People on people's posts and whatnot. For now, we're just going to start with the followings of any one that we want to search. We can search our own followings and get information about them. But let's go ahead and search for Tony Robbins. I'm going to type in Tony Robbins. I'm going to click on him and hit click analyze, and instantly it's going to go through and start to scan all of his followers. We're already up to 400, 500, going through all of these 5.4 million people, right? For now, I'm just going to click, you can see them all here. I'm going to click download. It's going to open up an Excel document like this, and then it has all the usernames and their profile URLs and whatnot. I'm going to copy the usernames. This is step one. It's only 2 steps to do this. Go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click on the analyze these users. I'm going to paste that in here.
Do note that this process, he makes it look extremely quick. This software ProfileMate is actually, I've used a Chrome plugin which looks exactly the same as this, so I'm not sure if it's a rebrand or whether it's just a clone of that product. But I have used a product exactly the same as this before, and this is quite resource intensive in order to scrape these emails. So note that depending on what system you have, what computer you have, this might not work as quickly for you.
I'm going to hit submit. I'm going to call it a name, Tony Review. Set. This is the information we can search for, and if it's there, it'll get it for us. So post counts, biographies, phone numbers, public email addresses. Again, this isn't everyone's emails. It's only the people that have their email public. But if you clicked on it on your mobile device, it would open up your messenger, your email client app on your phone, so you can email them directly there. This is a way that it can bring all your emails together through all of his followers into one nice clean document. So I'm going to go ahead and click next and just search for everything right now. And it's going to go through and search all of...
As I said, this takes a while. Maybe it was this part that takes a while, not the last part. But he's going to scrape 1,000 emails there, and that might be the maximum. Or it might not. But it does take a while.
Then for me, which is pretty cool. Then you're going to get a document that looks like...
Okay, so he kind of just skipped to getting the document there. So you saw how slowly that was going, and then suddenly he has the list. So if you ask me, he probably did this earlier on, and he's kind of skipping the fact that it's not gonna scrape 1,000 emails in like the 2 seconds that it just took him. So be wary that, again, depending on your operating system, your specs, the scraping part might take a while, as in a couple hours.
So basically, once that's searched, it'll get all the users' details and search all of the usernames I've entered, and this is all public information again, and again the emails.
So he says again the emails there, but if you look in this column here, public email. So it's basically scraped 999 out of Tony Robbins' 12 million followers, right? And he's saying I'm pulling the emails, but if you look in the email column, it's pulled the followers, and in the first 43 emails that it's pulled, we've only got 3 emails. Now I want you to make a note of that, and I'm going to talk to you about statistics in a second.
It's only if they're public, same as phone numbers, and with all in terms of conditions here with Instagram. So you can see here, I'm going through them all. You can see a lot of emails already found. We find that 1 in 10 users do have their email public and want to be contacted.
Okay, let me just go back to what he just said there.
1 in 10 users do have their email public and want to be contacted.
And want to be contacted. Well, there's no way to measure that. I mean, there were 3 in 43, and now out of 80, let's just say double, we've got the initial 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now that's 1 in 10 emails you've got. 1 in 10 who want to be contacted, 1 in 10 that are going to buy from you. Don't think so.
By fellow Instagram users. So this is pretty cool. It gets a lot of other information like websites they are connected to, what city the actual user's in.
That's useless information in my opinion. It doesn't matter what city they're in. The idea behind this is you're scraping emails from around the web, and then you're going to do cold email. You're going to do cold outreach, okay, which is the weakest form of outreach. Okay, if you have a mailing list that you've gathered from your content, maybe you call them like a warm you call that a warm list. You're only going to get, let's say for example, you have 10,000 or 1,000 emails of people who've watched your content and voluntarily subscribe to your email list. You could call that like a warm subscriber, and then you pitch a product to them. They're in your niche. You're looking at about 1% buys, maybe 2. So that would be out of 1,000, you might get, I don't know, it could be less. Out of 1,000, you might get 5 to 10 people buying. Depending on your list, of course, depending on your marketing skill. But to reiterate, that's on a warm list. You're doing cold outreach. So what he's purporting is, just because if they follow someone in your niche, Tony Robbins, that those people are automatically going to like what you do and like your content, but it's completely false. They like following Tony Robbins because he's a megastar and he offers value, he's a familiar face, he has authority, they know who he is. You're just some guy or girl cold emailing whatever you're going to be emailing. Could you over time offer some value, then get them to buy? It's possible, but I've used this method before and it's a great product for this niche if you have shiny object syndrome, because the theoretics behind it make sense. And I call types of products like this theoretically sound products. A lot of products that release on Warrior Plus and JVZoo, they're called theoretically sound products, or that's what I call them. That means that they sound good and they make sense in theory, but in reality, they really don't. And it's really not the way to go about things. Let's just see if there's any more.
Phone numbers, what category the actual account's in, and we can go deeper and search a lot more deeper than this by again searching users' profiles, posts versus just the entire profile itself to find the most engaged users. Now again, as always in my launches, I will always over deliver, and we have built a bunch of exclusive, semi-exclusive bonuses here that everyone can use. Some are for the upgrades and some are just for the front end as well. These are all tools.
So these are bonuses that are just not being put in the front end arbitrarily. Don't know why. We've got analysis, hashtags, they're easy to find for free. Split image into multiple images, you can do that for free on a free app. Add a heart to your image, reporting. Trending posts of any genre, you can find that on the internet easily using Google. And maybe this is like a prize winning spinner. I don't know. They don't seem useful.
That we have built from scratch, and not just code canyon links or PDFs or tools that don't work anymore. We have built all of these for the ProfileMate launch. So what I'd love to do now is for you to opt in for this.
Okay, so that's it. It also seems like an incomplete product. It seems like you need some experience if you were going to try and make it work. I think it's ineffective. I think there are much better ways to get traffic. Let's take a look at the sales page here and look at some of the discrepancies. So again, the title that I read at the beginning of this video, thousands of emails, phone numbers, and details. So we saw there that we got basically 10 out of 100. So let's say give him the benefit of the doubt on his 1 in 10. So if you were to scrape 1,000, which would take a while, he kind of made it look like it happens instantly. It doesn't. You're getting 100 emails, and then you got to recognize that you're doing cold outreach. They have no clue who you are. And he said 1 in 10 people will put their email and want to be contacted, if you remember that. That's not true. Most people don't want to be contacted by people they don't know. I would say it's less than 0.1%. I certainly don't. Ask yourself, do you like being contacted by random people to buy products? You know, no one really does. So you're really scraping cold emails and you're trying to make sales. I've done it before. I've done, I've scraped followers of followers. There were a couple products out a couple of years ago. I remember one was called Archie, one was called, I want to say Stim Social, and they would scrape followers of followers, and then it would grow your following on social media. I tried another one which I feel like is either the same product or this is cloned that product, where it does grab emails and then you cold email people, and I'm telling you from my experience, they don't work. They're ineffective. So let's go through the sales page. I love these 1, 2, 3 steps. So enter any Insta page, and this is not my computer giving you this horrible resolution. This is like their preview page, their preview landing page. So I don't know why the resolution is like horrible, but we'll try to read through it. Click scan, have ProfileMate scan through pages, followers, something makes contact hundreds, even thousands of daily new emails in your target market. Okay, theoretically, yeah, you're getting emails, but are these emails useless? I would say yes. Objectively, no bias. I've tried it. Guarantees. Pity we can't read guarantees. Build email lists. I'm not saying cold email doesn't work. There are tools to scrape social media and get cold emails. And actually, I'll tell you the method, which I knew someone who said they did, and this made a lot more sense, but I tried this too and it didn't work. You scrape cold emails, you pitch them a product, and very slowly over time, if you start to get buyers, you put that into a warm list, and then you gradually create that warm list from the cold list. That method though used proxies, and it was scraping, you know, tens of thousands of emails. You know, we're talking like 400,000 emails, millions of emails. I tried that too before, and you get a lot of accounts banned. The fact that this doesn't use proxies tells me that you can only scrape a certain amount. So it's very limiting as well. Going back to what I said before about statistics, it is kind of a numbers game. And if you're doing cold email, you need to hit extremely high numbers in the hundreds and thousands, millions, and or maybe hundreds and thousands, not, you know, 999 that he did. I would say if you sent cold email to 999 people, you might get one sale. You might. No testimonials, no fake numbers, at least he's not doing that. And it's $47 one time during launch week. All the features there. But I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. That is not the be all and end all as far as the price goes. So it's $47 one time. And then there are a couple of one-time offers which are hidden from the sales page. For some reason, this is completely acceptable in the internet marketing niche. You just hide your upsells. You know, can you imagine Instagram or Wealthy Affiliate or GetResponse or someone like that, you know, selling you their product, and then they have like 3 upsells behind it in order to make it work? And the reason they do this is because it works on a bias, cognitive bias called the commitment consistency bias. So what that means is you get one, you've committed to buying the product, and then they hit you with a one-time offer, you know, similar to McDonald's. Do you want to upsize? and then usually you've already committed, so you're like, okay, and then you hit with another one and another one, and this methodology is just used purely to get the most amount of money out of people. It's a backhanded psychological trick, essentially, which to me is a red flag. Legit companies don't do this. There's also triggering a bit of FOMO in you. If you get the front end and then you don't get number one, and then you get to number two and you're like, well, there's all these upsells and I've only got the basic one, you start to feel bad about what you did buy, which that shouldn't happen. So then maybe you'll jump in one-time offer number two. Okay, now his one-time offers are not so bad. Usually you get 5, 6, 7, 8 one-time offers. But I just don't see why they don't put it in the main product. Well, I do know why. It's to extract the most amount of money by triggering the commitment consistency bias. So a little psychological trick there. It can theoretically work with a ton of waiting around for it to scan emails. It can work if you put really loads and loads of time into building a list of, you know, like, I mean, I have to say upwards of over 50,000 to 100,000. But even then, I mean, because it's cold outreach that you're going to be doing, it also feels incomplete, because then they're not telling you what to do with those emails. Do you know how to write great email marketing copy? You know, if you don't, then your numbers are going to be even less. So for me, I think skip this one. It's not the worst product I've ever seen, but I've tried it myself. Red flags on the funnel. A little bit of leaving out of information about how long it takes and how many emails you can scrape, and also saying that, you know, you can get thousands of buyer traffic fairly easily, and to me it just, in the end, it doesn't work. I think this product is marketed to people with shiny object syndrome, but for me, I don't believe that most of you, or a lot of you, have shiny object syndrome. I think you probably want to start a side hustle online. You probably want to, you know, create a freedom business. Maybe you want to work from your laptop, travel at the same time. That's what I believe most of you want to do. It's just you're probably new to the space, and so, like I was before, like many people are, you're kind of more easily affected by the psychological tricks that are being pulled on you in this kind of like easy, sexy, you know, make money very easily kind of product. These people know how to write copy and everything really well. They know how to trigger those biases well. They know how to create products that are theoretically sound but in actuality don't work. And to be honest, everybody who gets into this space goes through that shiny object syndrome kind of period. Most people do at some point. Now, if you do want to start a fundamentally strong business online, a freedom business, a laptop lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, and you want to get out of this shiny object loop, Ferris wheel, do click the link in the description. I've got a video there. I take you through the whole process and I show you how to really get started with a fundamentally strong business. So check that out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.